There's another group of individuals who I want to highlight in the podcast on the Prairie. And this podcast was initially started by Jeremiah Hall and Braden Willis, right? They're the founders of the podcast. However, however, now what they've done, they've passed the podcast down. Ooh, this is so good. The podcast on the Prairie. So now what they've done with the Pie Down the Prairie and with Danny Stutzman and Jaron Koenig, so now they've transferred or passed the podcast on to them, right? Because they're current OU players and they're currently a part of Sooner Nation. So one thing that's really been innovative about this particular podcast is they understood the leverage that the podcast brought for them, or they understood the leverage that they created with their own media platform. And then the title of their media is, per me media. So they've created their own media platform. And this is one podcast that's a part of what they've created. And they could and may potentially create more. So this is really innovative. And this is something else that we want to shout them out on, right? So shout out to Jeremiah Hall and Braden Willis with OU, because I've been following their podcast for a little while now and seeing how they've really taken ownership, and they set up and they record on Zoom, I believe it is, and they have their microphones, they got the cord connected, and they rock it and they rolling. So great job for them with the podcast on